Hello, YouTube world. It's a happy Saturday. It's another day in my workshop. I could be out doing probably productive things. I even thought about maybe going snowboarding today, but yeah, I got kind of sidetracked on this project. On this saw, I've had this saw now in my collection for a number of years, and I have never heard it run on its own. It's spit and sputtered a number of times, but never runs on its own. I've literally, had this thing apart, and I re-ringed it. I put new rings on it and cleaned up the cylinder. I went as far as to replace the carburetor with a new Tillotson carburetor, rebuilt the fuel system on it, new fuel lines, basically in and out of this thing, and never got the gosh darn thing to run. So, I decided I'd come after it again today and went back into it. And I figured that, okay, I've got a good carburetor in it now. I know that carburetor will pump fuel. It should work. What is going on? It's got to be ignition. It has spark, but it'll spit and then just die. It's like, I thought, okay, you know what? It's got to be a timing thing or a condenser thing. And when I rebuilt this saw last, it was really before I understood, and I still don't really understand ignition timing that well, because most saws that I work on, it's just a matter of bolting up the stator, and the timing is fixed. Set the points gap, and you're good to go. With this saw, the stator is basically adjustable, so you have to set it up on timing marks, but I don't see any timing marks on this thing. So I think when I originally put it together, I didn't set the timing right on it. And I went back into it today and read reread some literature that a guy sent to me a while ago. And it's all about, these particular engines. This is a Bolens 3700. So it's a 77cc Bolens saw, and the engine that's in it is a very common engine. Power Products, and it's got an AH47 on it. So, did everything I know to do, set the gap on the timing, and put the stator plate in where I thought it was supposed to be. I don't think it ever was. I took it apart today, went into it, and then set it says, I found this piece of literature in here. Where is it? It's right here. So this is the diagram, of how to, set the saw if you can't find the timing marks. And it talks about putting a straight edge using a ruler. Well, I didn't use a ruler. I used my my caliper, not my caliper, but what the hell do you call these things? Oh my God, lack of words. My digital, this thing. I don't know. Sorry. Got a case of the dum-dums here. Use this thing. And, talks about, breaker points should open, ignition spark should occur with the piston is 0.175 inches before top dead center on AH47. Should occur in this range, for, the bigger engines, or no, I think the 58 is, it is bigger, and these are even bigger. So the bigger engines, different timing. So I went, put the engine at top dead center, zeroed this, and then continued to turn the engine, set it 0, and then turned it down until it got to 0.175. Ignition, adjusted the stator plate, tightened it in, pull the cord, put it all back together, got spark. Woo, great. Take it outside, it's blah, 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 blah. Again, same thing, won't run. And then I got thinking to myself, well, wait a second. When I was testing the spark, the engine was turning, like this turns the engine clockwise. And now, unless I've literally just had some kind of an aneurysm or a brain fade, I'm like 100, now I'm going to always second guess it. I always thought that the engine turns counterclockwise on this side, the same way as the chain. So I'm not sure what the hell the difference is. I really have got to figure this out. Or maybe I don't. If it works, whatever. And now I just know that some engines trying to do it. Or I'm completely retarded and I put the starter mechanism back together. But no, I'm not retarded. I am not retarded. I'm sorry if that's an offensive word to you. You know, I just mean, you know, well, I don't. I'm just going to leave that one there. Clockwise. It does say clockwise here, which is counterintuitive to every single engine I've ever worked on. So, to sum this up, went back in, pulled everything off, took the flywheel out, zeroed the engine at top dead center. And then, because I know now that the timing cam that's on it is supposed to go this way, so the breaker point should open in the opposite direction. So I was setting the timing at the wrong side of the cam, I think. It was actually a fairly significant change when I actually went the other way, zeroed it, turned the engine the way that it's going to turn, and then turned it, you know, back before top dead center. And now maybe I screwed it up again. I don't know. But hopefully to God, I've got this thing set right now. I'm going to go take it outside. We're going to fire this darn thing up. And by golly, it better run or else it's going back right there on that shelf for another 2 years. Okay? So wish me luck. We're going to take it to the garage and see if we can get it running. All right, here we are. Garage time. And I can tell you, I'm going to be a bit of a spoiler here. Something good is happening here. Way better than anything that's ever been able to get it running before. So hold your breath. Hold my breath. Anyway, I'm sure you don't care. You've got no skin in the game here. But for me, this has been a curse to me for a couple of years now. Here we go. Oh! We got a saw that runs. I got no choke, and I didn't bother putting the kill switch back on, so I gotta risk my life here by pulling the the spark plug cap off by hand. I got a pretty good shock the first time I did it, so I wouldn't advise that. Anyway, cool. Next thing is put a blade on this thing, put the bar and chain on it, and you know, give it some more running, because this is a brand new set of rings. I've never actually had much runtime on these rings yet, so this is pretty exciting for me. Thumbs up. Thanks for watching, everybody.